And they've done it to perfection this over so far. Two, misfield. Ooh, that's a big over for Sri Lanka. Really big over, taking a 191 for 3.
Just out of reach, and they'll get runs for it. They might even get 3 if they move quickly enough.
Well, that was nearly, but not quite. Very smart bowling by Paul Rifle, tucking up the left-hander on his legs, and it nearly paid off. Just being chipped over Ricky Ponting. He's not too comfortable with the ball, tucking him up on his legs. It's a little nudge there, and it just got over. Yeah, well bowled. Nothing for a smart piece of bowling, that over at the left-hander.
So Shane Warne. That one's cut nicely away. They've got to sweep it back, so they get 1. Yes, and I suppose it's a sweet revenge too. The Australians gave them a pretty tough tour down in Australia. They pretty well enjoy this.
Yes, certainly. I'm sure if they could defeat the Australians, Sri Lankans certainly are going to enjoy this. But looking at it from the positive point of view, I think that Australian tour did so much for the Sri Lankans to get to where they are.
Certainly gave them a bit of strength of character. Battlers. They did very, very well down there, they did. This is Warne again. It's well played again. It's played just back at a square to be cut off. This crowd beginning to get involved now as they get closer and closer.
Aravinda De Silva, he's been playing so well. It's Lionel, the lone Sri Lankan supporter, being shouldered, and the Sri Lankans are just going raptures here. It's a tremendous atmosphere, this World Cup final.
Well, we've seen him run all around Australia supporting these guys. So that last single brought up the 50 partnership.
Aravinda De Silva and Ranatunga have been together on many Sri Lankan partnerships which really have brought them success. They're here together in this one too. It certainly is a good omen.
Ranatunga looking for 1. De Silva not interested that time.
De Silva, what a fine innings this has been. He's a man for the great big occasion, and he's certainly obliged.
He's got that one through the field, although the sweeper will pick it up again. They'll get 2. So what will they be doing down in Colombo at the moment? All huddled around TV sets, no doubt. The parties will be starting.
I'm certain everyone must be behind or watching a TV set at some point, Tony. I don't think any work is being done there, or anyone would be in bed. That's 200 for 3, Sri Lanka, in 253 balls.
A little top edge on that one, but there's no one behind square apart from the man on the boundary, so 1 more to the total. 201 for 3. So that's the all-important figure down there. 41 runs needed, 48 balls remaining, and 7 wickets in hand. 5.12 required. This is Rifle's last over. 1 for 40, his figures, and that's a beautiful shot. That's caressed through the offside field. He's played a few of those today. His innings in the semi-final, repeated here in the final, have been a pleasure to watch.
What a glorious shot there by Aravinda De Silva. certainly epitomizes his brilliance, the brilliance he's played with throughout this World Cup. Just caressing that one, letting the ball come into it and just leaning onto it, beating the infield. Beautiful position and picking the gaps with consummate ease.
37 or 47. And that's a beauty as well. What a shot. He's decided to finish this quickly. Aravinda de Silva is playing a gem of an innings. After all those years battling away, this is going to be the big prize for them.
What glorious batsmanship. One on the offside and then repeating a similar shot on the onside. Just picking the gaps with beautiful placement. Leaning onto it, letting the ball come into him. And just giving the fielders absolutely no chance at all.
That was lovely timing and beautiful placement. Well, they really are on track now. 33 runs off 46 balls. Whacked away square on the leg side, all the way along the ground. There's a sweeper back there, so just one.
That's De Silva in all his glory. Absolutely brilliant batsmanship.
So just a single there off the third ball. And so 3 more to go. 2 lovely drives. 32 runs of 45 balls for the World Cup. What an innings this has been. 93 not out he is. Leg byes.
What a fine cup final this has been for Aravinda de Silva, following up his extremely good bowling performance with absolutely brilliant innings. One of the finest innings played by him in recent times.
He's got that away, and it looked to me as if Warren should have caught that one. His head went up, he got a hand on it, and it's gone for 4. He hit it back at him pretty firmly. Warren normally very good off his own bowling. Let's have another look at this one.
The Australian fielding in this match has certainly been below par. The Australians normally catch anything in the air, and I think this perhaps is an accurate indication of the kind of day the Australians have had on the field. A pretty simple catch, hard hit, all right, but these are the kind of catches that Warren would take 9 times out of 10.
Because that was through him before he even realised it. Full toss in the air. This is going to be over the top. Yes, over the top for 6. He smashed him away for 6. These Sri Lankans are giving the Aussies a real hiding. 223 for 3. Australia made 241. And they're now going to win this easy.
Well, the fielder had come in a few yards from the boundary ropes. And this is a difficult one to hit. The full toss above the waist. The one below the waist you can control, but the one coming above the waist is difficult to hit. But Ranatunga put everything into it, and it has sailed over that fielder at square leg for a 6.
Down the ground, it's in the air, over the top. It won't quite get down to the fence. McGraw hovering underneath it. They go back for 2. 13 runs off the over. And that's the end of Shane Warne. 225 for 3. So I think Shane Warne doesn't feel too good. You can see the look on his face. He's not enjoying this at all. No wicket for 58. An economy rate of 5.8. So good against the West Indies. And yet no real impression here.
Well, McGraw will have to pull out something extraordinary to stop Sri Lanka from winning from this position. He's got two very well set Sri Lankan batsmen. Batsmen also with tremendous experience. And batsmen now with a fierce desire to take their team to a historic win.
He smashed that for 4. Over the top of the infield and into the fence it goes. Another 4 to Aravinda de Silva. 98 now.
Well, the Sri Lankans have known Aravinda can bat. They've also known that he's capable of chucking it all away. But this time he's played a calm, composed, a very purposeful innings. And having seen that the fielders were brought into the circle, nobody to cover the square leg boundary, he's hit that uppishly but safely.
That takes him to 99.
What an innings this has been. He's played 2 crucial innings for Sri Lanka. The one in the semi-finals against India, when 2 wickets had gone in the first over. And now over here, he's 1 short of what would be a tremendous 100. He has 100 in the competition in the group matches. But this is probably the most important 100 he's got.
Yes, Clive Lloyd scored 100 in a World Cup final. Over the top and just through the fingertips again. Well, they haven't quite managed to get those catches to hand. They've dropped a couple of dollies and there have been a few that have gone through fingertips.
The luck not running with the Australians. Sri Lanka 232 for 3. Well, there you see Bevan trying to get to that, just about getting his fingertips. The luck certainly not going the Australian way. But then Sri Lanka deserve all the luck because they've played so positively and so aggressively right throughout this tournament.
So Aravinda on strike. Aravinda on 99. 99 of 118 balls. What an innings. Clive Lloyd has made 100 in a World Cup final. So has Viv Richards. And that's it. This is going to be the 3rd. Oh, beautifully played. That's a great century. A great century made when the chips were down by a fantastic batsman. And that really does tell the story.
And just when one would have thought that he would get 100 with a bludgeoning shot, he has played as delicate a shot as one could imagine. Aravinda de Silva getting to that century with as fine a leg glance as one could hope to see. And what an innings this has been. Brilliant.
And that didn't bounce very much. Kept low outside off stump and wide given. So they're almost there. What a fairy tale this is turning out to be. 45.1 overs and they only need 5 runs. They've dished out the Aussies the big